Good morning. Good morning. Happy Saturday, everybody. Welcome in. We have round 2 starting today. We're going to talk through all the games here. Big futures day for us. Texas A&M and Houston absolutely need advancements out of Texas A&M and Houston today. We need it. We don't want it. We need it. So we're going to talk through all the games here. Also, I have no clue who to use for Survivor today. We got to figure that out. I have no idea who to use Survivor pool today. So we need to locate Survivor pick for today. We need to locate other sides that we like, and we need to put our all in at 5:15 Eastern and at 8:40 Eastern. I need everyone in this chat to rally. We need Texas A&M and we need Houston, and that's that. It's that simple. Starting off here, we can recap yesterday. So, pretty standard day. Troy, I added them on. Of course, there's just no fun upsets this year. So, of course, that did not pay. But Arizona, big, that won. Had another win in there too. And then, unfortunately, Marquette, Shaka Smart, complete terrorist, that did not win. So I pretty much broke even yesterday. I think I lost like $20. So it is what it is. Hopefully we can do better today. First game of the day. I don't really know what to do here. I mean, I think Purdue wins. I don't think McNeese wins this game. But I think it'll be a close game. So I guess I would lean towards the 6.5 there. I don't think I'm gonna play it. What I'm interested in doing is maybe doing like an alt spread, like a McNeese 12.5, and maybe pairing that with something that would be more interesting to me. But I do think it'll be a close game. I just probably would pick Purdue ultimately to win, but I really don't trust the Big Ten at all. So not really going out of my way to bet anything in this first game here. Probably will do a McNeese alt spread though, just to have something to sweat out. Second game, don't want to lay the 6.5, but I definitely think St. John's moves on. St. John's is on my Survivor pool list for today, so I've used them. I'm in 3 Survivor pools, still alive in all 3. One of them I've used St. John's already, so obviously I can't use them there. So in the 2 that I have St. John's available, they're probably my favorite Survivor pick. But I don't want to use the same team in both pools. And then I have a pool where I can't use St. John's. So we need to locate a team that's not St. John's. But St. John's is at the top of my list for Survivor pools today. I think they should win this game. Michigan, Texas A&M, not going to be betting on this game because we have the Texas A&M future. We will cash the Sweet 16 bet if they win this. They're slight favorites. It's a very interesting matchup because we know Texas A&M relies super heavily on getting second chance points, rebounding the basketball. You would think Michigan would be a very good rebounding team considering they play 2 7-footers, but they're actually not. They're pretty mid, to be honest with you, in terms of their rebounding ranking. So I still think it's stylistically a matchup Texas A&M can have success in. I think Texas A&M is the better team, and they should win this game. The only problem is, I mean, it's the same story. They go on they stall out on offense at times, and it's annoying to watch. But I think we have a good chance here to move Texas A&M on. And then if we can get them versus Auburn in the Sweet 16, I think we have a real puncher's chance at cashing that Elite 8 ticket. And regardless, it would be a fun sweat. Like, let's cash the Sweet 16 so we kind of have our money back here. We make some money, and then we can go from there and hope that the longer odds plays come through. Drake and Texas Tech. This game concerns me on the Texas Tech front, not because I think Texas Tech is head and shoulders better than Drake, and Drake's a fun team. They play really hard. I really love what they've done there this year. Uh, I think fully healthy, I think Texas Tech would demolish them by 15 or more points. The problem is Texas Tech is not fully healthy, and I talked about this on my bracket preview videos and stuff. I said if Texas Tech has a healthy Chance McMillan, I think they can go to the Final Four. I think they can go to the title game. And they don't have a healthy Chance McMillan. And that was an unknown coming into the tournament because they held him out of their last, Big 12 tournament game to rest him. We didn't know if he was going to play. He did not play in their first game. And it does not sound to me, again, we probably won't know until close to tip off. It does not sound to me like he's going to play tonight. And that's concerning because it does affect them on offense, right? The guy that started for him, a younger player, did not play very well last game. And they just need to rely on more things going right when they don't have Chance McMillan on the floor. He's one of their best offensive players. So it's concerning for me if he doesn't play. I'm a little bit worried about it. So I think Texas Tech's going to be a popular survivor pick today. But if Chance McMillan doesn't play, I just don't love it, to be honest with you. So I will not be laying the 6.5. We have plenty of Texas Tech futures, so we'll be rooting for them. But I would be lying if I said I wasn't concerned with no McMillan about them. I mean, Drake does what a Cinderella team does, right? They want to slow the pace down, control the pace of the game, limit the possessions in the game. That's what some of these teams can do, and that's how they advance. And if they can dictate the pace of the game, I definitely think, they have a chance to win. So little bit concerned there, but we'll be rooting Texas Tech on. Creighton and Auburn, I've seen a lot of people, saying Auburn's going to win by 30. I think it's interesting that Creighton is the popular side of this. I do think Auburn wins pretty easily. I would like to save the 1 seeds in survivor pools, though, because I think it's going to continue to be pretty chalky. I think we're probably going to get at least three ones. I would be really surprised if Houston and Duke don't make the Final Four. And then, on the other side, Auburn should make the Final Four. Florida should. Florida's in a little bit tougher region. At least there's some teams in there that could make some noise. Auburn, unless Auburn loses to A&M again, I think they probably will get there. So I think it's going to be pretty chalky down the stretch here. I would prefer to keep the 1 seeds for survivor pools. I do think Creighton could give Auburn some problems on, defensively, though, with Kalkbrenner and the way that they play that drop coverage. It's going to be an adjustment early on. I would not be shocked if Creighton starts this game well. Probably be a little bit of adjustment early on from Auburn, and then they'll pull away late. But something to monitor. And this is an experienced Creighton team, too, at the top with Kalkbrenner and Ashworth. They've been on tournament runs before. But I think Auburn will pull away in the second half. It honestly should be a good game, though. The public consensus I've seen on Twitter is that Auburn was going to win by 25, but then I look here and Creighton's the public side of the game, which I think is interesting. BYU, Wisconsin, this is going to be an awesome game. 154.5 total is the highest on highest on the board for today. Should be a really fun game. 2 good offenses. I don't know where my lean is on this. I need to think about this one more. I kind of like BYU when I woke up, but I need to think about it a little bit more. So, someone in the chat, if you have a strong lean on BYU, Wisconsin, you can let me know. When I first woke up, my lean was BYU. I want to think about it a little bit more, though. Ryan, I don't think I would play it, to be honest. If Auburn wins, if Auburn covers, I don't think it's going to be close. So I don't see any value in Alton Creighton, to be honest. If Auburn covers this 8.5, they're going to win by 18 or 19, I think. I don't think it'll be close. It's either going to be a really, really close game or Auburn's going to win big. I don't think I wouldn't alt it up, to be honest. I could definitely see the over in the BYU Wisconsin game. If BYU has been very, very good this season when they've been able to score a lot of points. Like when I say that, that sounds obvious, but I'm saying that I don't know what the stat is, but I think they've only lost one time this year when they've scored 80 or more points in a game. So that's what I'm saying. If they can get out and run, it's tough to beat them because that's the style that they want to play. Shoot a lot of threes, get up and down, a very NBA-like game plan. And Wisconsin's completely fine. I mean, they're a great shooting team too. They won with ease in the first round over Montana, and they didn't really get anything from Tanjay. So there's still some meat on the bone for Wisconsin to improve as well. This honestly might be game of the day, to be quite honest with you. Gonzaga, Houston. I'm not going to bet this because we have such big futures on Houston, but I think Houston's going to win by 10 or more. I've said this as soon as the bracket came out that Houston's a bad matchup for Gonzaga. They've historically struggled with really physical teams like this. And yeah, I know Gonzaga looked good in round one, but I mean, they were playing Georgia, not Houston. So I'll take Houston big in this one. I'm just not going to play it because we have a 5-unit on Houston, make the Elite Eight. We have title futures on Houston. There's really no reason for me to triple down here, but I do like Houston big in this one. And then last game of the night, UCLA, Tennessee. I've gone back and forth on this. Both these teams play very similar. Tennessee's almost like a better version of UCLA almost. I don't trust Tennessee, though. I don't trust UCLA, and I don't trust Tennessee. So this is like an interesting game. If anything, I'd probably lean the under 130.5 here, which is a very low total. But I almost think it's almost like so low you can't set it low, right? It's the second lowest total on the board outside of Drake, who's going to play at a snail's pace. So I kind of lean under in this one, or maybe a first half under. Let me see what that's at. I haven't checked. 60.5. I might like that more than the full game, to be honest with you. I don't know. I like both those. So this is kind of where I'm at overall. There's not a ton I like on straight side state, to be honest. Like, this is going to be a big game for us. Houston's going to be big. I don't like a ton on the side-wise. I do want to pair McNeese alt spread with something. Maybe McNeese alt spread with an alt under in this. If we could get it to, like plus 100, plus 105. I'll be interested in that. And then I do want to do a big money line parlay with, let's see here. I think we do Florida and St. John's. That's minus 160. Arizona. We'll talk about that tomorrow because those are both tomorrow games. There's nothing today I really want to play. So let's see if we can find so if we did this 12.5, and then we did Tennessee alt total 120. No, we need to go up 135.5 or 138.5. Maybe something like this. Shop around. I bet we could get better odds on this on DraftKings or something, but something like this I'm probably going to put in for today. And then probably a play on the under in this game, depending on if I do first half or full game. But just like looking at things from like a clear view here. I mean, Tennessee 346th in the country in tempo. UCLA 312th. I mean, just so slow. It's crazy. It's like Tennessee is a better version of UCLA. Like, it's going to be very, very slow. I might play the full game and the first half under, to be honest with you. Like, just such a weird game. And for that reason, I don't want to bet a side of it because if it's going to be that slow paced and there's not going to be that many possessions, anything can happen, right? Like two shots at the end of the game could dictate the winner of this game. So I think UCLA is a live dog here. I would say if I were ranking underdogs, like I'm not going to count Michigan because it's 2.5. If we're ranking actual underdogs, I think UCLA might be the most live of anyone today over, any of these teams. I could definitely see UCLA winning. Overall, though, kind of like a quick stream today, just running through the games. Tomorrow will be quick too, but we'll run through stuff. I'm going to have more stuff I'm interested in tomorrow. I can tell you that right now. Like I see a potential like 4-unit money line parlay tomorrow. Yeah, I see more stuff I'm interested in tomorrow, to be honest. But yeah, if you guys have any other questions, you can reach out to me. Like, just tag me on Twitter. I'll tweet out whatever I take, which is probably going to be that McNeese parlay with the under. And then, I don't know, depending how the day goes, like if we get an A&M win and a Houston win, or Houston's winning, I might be feeling myself a little bit. So maybe we'll sprinkle on UCLA there. We'll see. But overall, thank you guys for tuning in. Like I said, tag me on Twitter if you need anything. Survivor. We got to figure that out. If you're in the chat, if you played Survivor pools, what do you guys got today? I need all the options. I don't trust it 100%, but I think it has to be Tech today. I think we burn Tech today. I would burn Tennessee, but I just told you guys I think UCLA is the most live dog today. So I really don't. I don't want to do it. I don't want to wait around till 10 o'clock tonight for the pain. So no, crossing that off the list. I think we burn Texas Tech today. I think St. John's and Texas Tech are the survivor plays for today. So I'm going to use St. John's on one. And I'm going to use Texas Tech on the one that I already used St. John's. I think that's what we're doing. Someone said Auburn in the chat. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, Auburn is who I feel most likely about winning today, but I don't want to use them. Although I don't hate that. I don't hate it. Jim, I took Tech also to Auburn. Can't play them after today, I think. Yeah. If I were going to use a 1 seed, I think it would be Auburn. I'd probably rather save Florida for the next round or something. Or hope. How you could play it is if you could make it to the Final Four, having Florida, like if you use Auburn, so you're taking Auburn out, even if Auburn makes it, theoretically to the Final Four, like if you use Auburn, they win. Even if they don't lose, then like if they make the Final Four, but you still have Florida, you have the potential to be able to use Florida over Auburn, right, in that potential Final Four matchup. So there is some use to that, I think. I might do one Auburn, one Tech, one St. John's. Maybe that's what I'll do on my 3. I got to think about it. It would be either that or I get really risky on one and I use A&M. I don't want to use Purdue. I don't want to use either of these teams. I'm not using Houston, and I just said I don't want to use Tennessee. So that's kind of what it comes down to. Maybe I honestly would trust A&M more than I trust Purdue. As weird as that sounds, considering it's a 2.5 spread compared to 6.5, but Oh, man. I think these are the 4 options. Tech, St. John's, A&M, Auburn. I would take if we got a theoretical Final Four matchup, right, of Auburn, Florida, I would be on Florida in that game. So it would make some sense maybe to use Auburn, and then you're not going to want to use Auburn against Texas A&M potentially or Michigan, either one. You probably wouldn't want to use them in that game. And then in the Elite Eight, they're going to play probably Iowa State or Michigan State. Probably wouldn't want to use them in that game either. Tough choices. I think it's Tech and St. John's definitely, and then I don't know, maybe like an Auburn. I don't know. I got to think about it a little bit more. We have some time before the game starts here, but overall, thank you guys for tuning in today. I'll be live tomorrow, 11 a.m. I'll have some more bets I like tomorrow. I'm really not betting that much today. Probably just like one play to have some action, but we're gonna be sweating Texas A&M, Houston, Texas Tech for our futures, and then I might add on UCLA tonight. We'll see. But good luck today, and I'll be live tomorrow at 11 a.m.